I don't know about you, but I have seen, now don't get offended about what I'm about to say. I have seen a lot of women spend time in prayer, but I haven't seen a whole lot of men spend time in prayer. It might have just been my house growing up. My dad was the only example growing up that I saw praying. It's not no offense. If you're a praying man, amazing. But men, we need our men to stand up for our families. We need fathers and sons to return to putting Jesus at the forefront of their life and found on their knees, crying out on the behalf of their family. It's where the battle is. We need warriors. We need manly warriors rising up in prayer like never before in our communities. There was a call at the beginning of the year where the Lord says, I am returning men to the head of the house. And I'm returning men to the head of my church. And I want you to know that last week, my husband launched the first men's group. And they had 25 guys come out. And I don't know if anybody else, maybe you men are different in this house, but when we advertise a man's event, if there ain't guns and food involved, you ain't coming. Might just be my community. There was no guns and there was no food. And we had young men in their 20s where something is shifted and they're sick and tired of our nation being the way it is. And they've realized that they're part of the problem and they're rising up. And these young boys, I call them boys because I'm beyond 50, we'll just say that. These young boys, 20-something, where I had them in youth group, something shifted and they're like, listen, I can't be a dad the way that I need to be a dad if I don't have a community of men surrounding me that love Jesus. My dad isn't it, and I'm tired of bad examples, and I don't want to be a bad example. Will you surround me? And I told my husband, you know where revival's going to break out in our church? It's going to be in the men. It's not going to be in the women. Sorry, women. It's because our community is dying for men to get out of prisons and come home, be with their families, and be the men that they were called to be. We need godly men to rise up and pray and be in community together. Your community is dying for a man to rise up. Will it be you this morning in prayer and fasting?